Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back, and we appreciate those of you who are interacting with us on social media. Mutua Kioko from Machakos, we appreciate you creating time for us. Nancy Cheptais, thank you so much also for creating time for us from Nandi County. Mukami from right here in Nairobi, I appreciate you. And of course also Jackson Ntulele, you commenting on the story by Regina Manyara about the Wayu community. Interesting indeed. You say that you didn't even know that community exists. And we appreciate you also creating time for us. Now moving on into elsewhere across the African continent, matters business. BP, a veteran oil engineer, is cutting some 10,000 jobs, around 15% of its workforce, under the Looney's restructuring, the most aggressive among Europe's oil giants, including Royal Dutch Shell and Total. Details of this and other stories from across the continent.
Every hour, thousands of barrels of oil were leaking into the Atlantic Ocean. The explosion had already killed 11 men, but its real
The 50-year-old veteran oil engineer who previously headed the Oil and Gas Exploration and Production Division aims to cut output by 1 million barrels per day, or 40% over the next decade, while growing renewable energy output 20-fold. The change marks the end of an era for exploration teams from Moscow and Houston to BP's research headquarters in Sunbury near London, with farewell gatherings held on Zoom in recent months. Despite the changes, oil and gas will remain BP's main source of revenue until at least 2030. Nigeria's brewery industry is counting losses due to decreased consumption induced by COVID-19 pandemic and recession. The recession has caused the bottom line of industry's listed equities to remain subdued in 2021. Also, smuggling of drinks and imports in the country have reduced the profitability of the industry. The challenges of the industry started with tough physical regulations, including the June 2018 excise duty burden on beers, wines and spirits, as well as the new VAT rate of 7.5%. Finally, Indonesia says its Coast Guard seized an Iranian-flagged empty horse and a Panamanian-flagged empty Freya vessels over suspected illegal oil transfer in the country's waters on Sunday. According to Coast Guard spokesperson Wisnu Pramandita, the ships were caught red-handed transferring oil from empty horse to empty Freya when they were discovered by authorities, and there was an oil spill around the receiving tanker. Wisnu told Reuters that 61 crew members from both vessels have been detained. The International Maritime Organization requires vessels to use transponders for safety and transparency. Crews can turn off the devices if there is danger of piracy or similar hazards, but transponders are often shut down to conceal a ship's location during illicit activities.